it just feels so much heavier when you think that somebody needs you. And I want you to think about it like a relationship, okay? Like, how much sexier is somebody when they don't act like they fucking need you? When they are independent on their own, but really desire to be around you. They want to hang out with you. Welcome to Did I Stutter with Jill Perick. And yeah, I probably did because I have a stuttering disability. But I'm also a multiple six-figure business and mindset coach who's here to help you shut down the mindfuckery of imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and playing the nice girl in your content so you and your brand can blow the fuck up and so you can stack the motherfucking cash. I'm holding absolutely nothing back. We're talking marketing, messaging, mindset, subconscious healing, nervous system regulation, and how to do it all even with raging anxiety, ADHD, and just being a fucking human. If fuck is one of your favorite words and nothing can get in between you, your iced coffee, or the work that you're here to do, I'm your girl. Let's dive in. Hey bitches, Merry Christmas Eve. I am going to be recording a podcast for you that is actually from February of this year. When I looked back at the greatest hits of 2025 from the Did I Stutter podcast, this episode got significantly more downloads than any of the other ones for this year. And that is Episode 282, creating demand for your offers if you think that no one needs coaching. So this episode really fucking resonated with you guys. And I'm going to dive into it, but I am just going to re-record it for you right now. Here we go. I have the script here. And I wanted to re-record it though, because I just feel like I'm in such a different place than I was at that time. So it didn't feel right to just give you the recording of it. And truly, like, this year has been year of the snake, like year of the snake, shedding all of the things. And I just want to invite you to come and work with me in either the Real Deal Mastermind or one-to-one coaching, because this is the place where you're going to blow up your 2026. When you want a coach that is going to support you, but also call you the fuck up, explode your sales, explode your belief in yourself and in your offers, which I'm sure you will feel like that is possible here through the episode that I'm going to share with you today. Like, I am the coach for you, and I know that you are a religious listener to this podcast, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. I love you so much, and I hope that you have an amazing holiday, and I hope you're off fucking Instagram. I hope you're off Instagram. I hope you're off your socials because I definitely am. I always take 2 weeks off at the end of the year, and I hope that you are taking the time for yourself, but also that you are ready to fucking go into 2026, and that you are going to go full feral, full fucking psycho into the new year, because you are capable of making so much more money. Okay? So let's dive into today's episode about creating demand. If you have ever had the thought of like, who really needs coaching? Okay, so if sometimes you have the thought of no one needs coaching, or is coaching even legitimate, right? Like, oh my God, I see it all over threads with people just like arguing about the fucking coaching industry and going on and on. Guess what? You don't need to be a coach. Just so everyone knows, you don't need to be a coach. I could do a whole episode on like the way that we have learned how to just take in everybody else's opinion because of social media, instead of using discernment, like wild, intuitive discernment about like, you do not need to take every opinion as fact. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. So we're talking about creating demand for your offers. And if you think that no one needs coaching, and the emphasis here is on the word need, what if you eliminated need from your business and from your content? What if instead you focused on the people who wanted the transformation that you can offer them, who wanted the work that you can offer, who wanted to work with you? This was fucking massive for me, you guys. For years, I was caught in this loop of feeling like, how do I show somebody that they need to work with me, right? It's a very scarce cycle that I was in. And it was scarcity with money, scarcity with like clients, scarcity with feeling like there was just never enough. And this translated to my marketing in terms of trying to communicate, you need this, you need this, you need this. But then I shifted into, but what if I talked to the person that wanted to do this work? And how does that also eliminate all this over responsibility that I feel about helping clients get results? Because it's not about them needing to work with me and them needing to get a result. It's them desiring to, wanting to. And that difference also helped me attract clients that were committed, that wanted to do the work, that wanted to show the fuck up, that wanted to get coached and didn't have a huge ego about being coached as well. And it created a less reliant cycle of like me not having clients relying on me because they needed results. Okay, so that was a huge thing. So for me, I knew that was like a big roadblock in the beginning. I was so in scarcity. Again, when it came to my money, I would constantly think like people are only going to invest in my coaching if they really believe that they need it, because people only have so much money, and who am I for them to spend it on me, blah, 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 blah. But the truth is we are doing things that we want all of the time. And this is true with the way that we see, even in the current economy, the way that people still spend on things that they desire, even if they don't necessarily need it. Okay? The things that we truly need in this life are food, water, shelter, companionship, and love. And like some people even get by without that companionship, right? But if we're really thinking about like our needs, our bare necessities, it's food, water, shelter, companionship, and love. Having that kind of belonging, having food, having water, having shelter, these are all, again, bare necessities. So you'll find that once you have your needs met, okay, so if we're talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he talks about when your fundamental needs are met, you can start going into things like belonging, and then self-actualization is kind of at the top, right? And that is what a lot of us have come into in the online space, is like you started a business, you're getting it off the ground, blah, 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 blah. And then you get to this place where you realize like a lot of my personal development is coming through the business. It was catalyzed. It was a catalyst. Your business is a catalyst for your personal development. And I say that all the time, but your business is a catalyst for you to like personally develop. But if our basic needs aren't met, it can be really hard to get to that place because you're constantly thinking about, oh my God, like I need somewhere to live, or I need food, or blah, 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 blah. But responsibility wise, I don't expect you to be like trying to look for a home or trying to like look for food and growing an online business at the same time. There comes a point where you have all of these bare necessities before you actually start a business, okay? So that just gets out of the way. You have your bare necessities covered, and that's when, if we're talking about hierarchy of needs, having your fundamental needs met, you start going into the more like emotional needs, okay? So the things you need around your identity, your character, improving on these things, if that's something you desire to do, are you talking to someone who doesn't want to expand their human experience, who doesn't care about being a better person or have a higher identity for themselves or whatever the fuck you're telling yourselves? Like you may be speaking to somebody unconsciously that doesn't actually want to do all those things. So you might think to yourself, they don't need my coaching because they don't need this. Again, going back to the roadblock that I had, I really believed that everything else was extra and coaching was one of those extra things. But I saw that as a problem. I saw it as a problem that coaching, the kind of coaching that I do, isn't a need. But what if that was okay? What if it was totally okay that the coaching and the services you provide are not necessary for the human race, not necessary for fucking world peace, not necessary for a person's survival? Instead, what if it was deeply desired by a person who wanted to go bigger, desired by a person who wants to take their life, their business, their health, or their nervous system regulation to the next level? Because wanting something is a good enough reason to go after it. Really hear me say that. Wanting something is a good enough reason to go after it. You don't need to deserve it. You already are worthy of it. And if you're someone who was similar to me, in the beginning, again, I was really in scarcity around money, making money, holding on to it, having enough of it. And then when I had enough of it, I would self-sabotage the fuck out of it. But if I look back, I never went without the things that I desired. Like, I always chose to invest in myself, to shop, to purchase the things that I really fucking wanted. And that's not to shit on my past self. Like, I definitely could have made better decisions when it comes to the things that I bought or invested in. Like, I used to have a relatively big shopping addiction, like years and years ago, because it was just a way for me to get dopamine before I realized I had ADHD, okay? But the point here is that I never went without, and your ideal clients are the exact same. Even if you're someone who speaks to people about money, like for example, if you're a financial coach, stop convincing yourself that people need you, because you put yourself into a gross authority position when that becomes the case, and your content almost starts sounding like you're talking down to people, like you need me and here's why, blah, 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 blah. Not only does it feel like you're talking down to people, but it also fucking reeks of desperation, because if you're coming from that desperate, you need to work with me energy, it's probably because you're telling yourself, I need these clients. And that just creates a cycle of need and desperation. And then it will never feel like enough, even when you sign the clients and even when you make the money. So it's actually so fucking empowering to tell yourself, people don't need me, they want me. People don't need to follow me. They don't need to see the content I'm creating, but they want to. They search for me. They seek me out. They are looking for the work that I'm doing, and they want to come in and do that work with me. And from that place, you realize that creating content speaks to them. Creating content that speaks to them is so much easier, because you're speaking to the person who actually wants to be in your space, who wants to have the transformation that you can offer them. And you believe that they're going to do the work. You believe that they want to hear what you have to say and your opinions and how they should move and the things that they can do, right? It just feels so much lighter to create content from that place, from desire of not only them desiring to do this work with you, but you desiring to do this work with them. And because I'm a business coach specifically, it felt so much better to speak to the people that were excited to go different income levels, who were excited to do the mindset work, the identity work, the imposter syndrome work on themselves to hit different income levels, instead of being like, these people really need me to get to the next level. Like, they need to do the mindset work. They need to do this so they can make a little bit of money. So it just feels so much heavier when you think that somebody needs you. And I want you to think about it like a relationship, okay? Like, how much sexier is somebody when they don't act like they fucking need you? When they are independent on their own, but really desire to be around you. They want to hang out with you, right? I guess during this time that I was recording this episode, I was watching the new season of The Ultimatum. And I guess one of the guys on there issued the ultimatum to the girl, and when she was in a trial relationship with the other guy, he could not leave her alone. He was being so desperate and needy. He was like, I love you so much. And you could see that she got the ick from that man. Like, despite this man and her being together for a long time, she was like, I don't like this side of you. Because a powerful fucking woman does not need somebody to need her. A powerful fucking woman is like, you are around me because you choose to be around me. And you know what? This is actually a pattern that women very unconsciously play out. And if you are a mom, if you are somebody who is like the eldest daughter, you may have an identity around being needed, around people needing you, and that may be unconsciously bleeding into your content and your coaching, in terms of you being like, who am I if somebody doesn't need me? But a powerful woman, again, she does not need somebody to need her. She is powerful all on her own. A powerful fucking woman is like, you are around me because you choose to be around me, and you're going to call them up and call them forward, whether you're a nervous system regulation expert, whether you help them write their next book, whether you're a business coach, like, and I want you to notice how this brings up your imposter syndrome. Like, ooh, like, let's get into the juicy part of that too. How does this bring out a part of you where you're like, but if they don't need me, what good am I for them? If they don't need me, what does that mean about me? So let me tell you, you will feel like such a badass bitch and so much more powerful when you believe that people are in your space because they want to be there. It's like having friends. It's like having girlfriends, right? Like, we're all around each other and spend time with each other because we want to, not because we have to. And when you believe again that people are in your space because they want to be there and not because they need to be, your clients will actually get better results and you will not internalize your clients' results. When you act like your clients need you to succeed, that is when you sign people that genuinely do act like they fucking need you and feel like they can't stand on their own 2 feet. And again, it doesn't matter whether you're a business coach, a mindset coach, or a nervous system regulation expert, or even their fucking copywriter. They can be so grateful for you without needing you. When a client wants to work with you, you know that they can stand on their own 2 feet. You know that the work that you're going to put in for them, they're going to put in 2 times more of the work. And these clients feel like a fucking dream. One of my clients in the Real Deal Mastermind, she came in making around like $4,000 a month. And within just a couple of months of working with me in the mastermind, she hit her highest at $11,000. And that is all because of the mindset and the identity work that we did together, because she truly desired to do that work on herself. She came into the container with the intention of doing this work with me. She was not like, tell me what to do. I need you to hit these high income months, blah, blah, blah. She was coming in and being like, hey, I have a goal, I have a desire, and I want to do this work with you. And that is when you can be the lighthouse. That is when you can be the lighthouse and do the work that you want to do and talk about the things that you want to talk about in your content. People come to work with you because they want to do the work with you, instead of thinking these clients aren't going to get this result, or these people aren't going to get what they want because they're coming because they're not coming to work with me. No, that's gross energy. We want to believe that people are capable, amazing humans, and that they're going to do the work that they need to do, and that they want to come and work with us, that they desire to exceed their human experience. Because the world is so conditioned to be the bare minimum, to give into our tiredness, to give into the fact that we have kids and we have to look out for them and take care of them, to give in the fact that we have anxiety, ADHD, depression, which are things I have, by the way, except for kids. I don't have them yet, but we're just so conditioned to be like, you know what? You deserve a break. Take a load off. You work so hard. It's because of your ADHD. It's because you're depressed. It's because of all these things. But you know that you don't exceed your capacity or meet your potential when you're constantly letting yourself off the hook. And you don't fuck with those people. You don't fuck with those people at all. You want to work with amazing human beings that want to come in and do the work with you. You want to be doing way more than the bare minimum, because you know to create a big fucking business, that is what's fucking required. Okay? We don't want to work with mediocre people that are just looking for a result and want it the second they invest. Absolutely not. We want people that are looking to exceed their humanness. We want people that are going to do the work, that can stand on their own 2 feet. Even if they really do need the help, they know that it's because they also want it and they're going to be invested. And that is what makes a great client. And you, as the coach or service provider, knowing that and leading with the thought of my services are for the people who want them instead of need them, you will create such more powerful content and speak to the people who are ready to do the work with you and without you. So not that you have to be in Telegram 10 times a day, not where you need to be checking in on them constantly, and not where you internalize their results. Because if they don't get results, you're like, holy shit, it's because of me. We're not doing that shit. And when you want to get the fuck out of that, when you want to make 10K to 20K months, you want to do the mindset and identity work to become the person that has those 5-figure months, you can come to work with me inside of the Real Deal Mastermind or one-to-one coaching. Send me a DM with podcast, where you can get an exclusive offer that is only going to be available to you if you DM me podcast. And the links are in my show notes. Okay. I love you guys so, so much. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas Eve. And I will see you next week.